Alright, as some of you know and some of you may not, I'm a huge Joker fan myself, and well, I just saw this. So in the words of another great Joker, and here we... So writer-director Todd Phillips, who brought us the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, returns to bring us the sequel to that movie that was supposed to be a one-off. Because it doesn't matter the original plan. When your one-off film becomes the highest grossing rated R film of all time, at the time anyway, zeros tend to get written on paychecks, and well, a sequel is likely, if not inevitable. So after the events of Joker, Arthur Fleck is rotting in this dank dungeon version of Arkham. He then meets a super fan stalker, and he's like, hey, if that ain't love. Also, he gets put on trial for his crimes in the first film, and there are musical sequences. And now we have a movie that's really difficult to describe and break down because it lacks all sense of focus. Starting with what I like, the movie looks gorgeous. The lighting, production design, cinematography, more than a few unbroken tracking shots, it just helps bring you into this world. Even the musical sequences, most of which have no fucking business being in this thing, thought they looked great. Joaquin Phoenix brings it. I can always appreciate that. Dude could have just been like, I'm not doing it. Here's some more zeros on the paycheck. You want to do it? All right, I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to like it. He just phones it in. We've seen actors do that a million times before. He doesn't. You can see that which made his original performance in the first movie so inspired. The contrast between how he carries himself as Arthur and Joker. When he's Joker, he's an entirely different person. He has this confidence. And that's the basis of this film, really. His defense attorney trying to make the case that Joker and Arthur Fleck are in fact two different people, two different personalities. But I thought Lady Gaga was great too. The point of this movie, if there is one, seems to revolve around her. This superfan slash stalker who wants this fairy tale ending with her celebrity crush, that celebrity crush being a murderous clown. A lot of the rest of it, really redundant. Elephant in the Room, the musical numbers. Yeah, let's talk about them. Yeah, they're in here. And at first I was like, okay, if it just does this, I suppose I could deal with it. Makes sense in its weird way because they meet in some sort of singing therapy class. Then at a point, it just feels like these musical numbers are in here because Lady Gaga is in here. It feels like an afterthought that happened because does Lady Gaga have some sort of musical clause in her contract where it's like if you have Lady Gaga in your movie, she has to sing, in which the musical numbers became an afterthought in the afterthought that is this Joker sequel, Folie. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I'm just saying they didn't make sense. I felt like if you took them out of the movie, you would have a better movie. It felt like they were there to distract you. Use musical numbers to distract the audience from the boring pacing and choppy flow. Sometimes the musical sequences actually did illustrate a point. That's nice. Other times the music ended and I was like, well, you could have just used your words. Saved us time, saved you budget, because you wouldn't have to pay for the license of the song. The music sounds great because Lady Gaga's a really good singer. You're not learning anything here. Visuals aside, the musical sequences just didn't stand out. Now it feels like a director who's inexperienced on musicals directed a musical. This movie really is two different movies. It's Arthur hanging out in Arkham for the first half, and then courtroom drama for the second half. Again, drama. Very generous word. Joker Folie feels not only all over the place, I feel they backtracked on Arthur Fleck. Whereas Lady Gaga feels like the inspiration on the round table of, okay, what do we do for the sequel? Oh, Harley Quinn. We'll see this stalker lady become Harley Quinn. Great, what do we do with Arthur Fleck? Instead of keeping him this confident Joker character and having them proceed accordingly, he's kind of busted back down to being Arthur Fleck again, and he finds his confidence in having a girlfriend. This movie does have some moments in it that do stand out. Not gonna say it doesn't. One in particular, it's not even close. Someone takes the stand, and it's the best part of the movie. Causes Arthur to stop and think, caused me to stop and think. It was great. But a lot of the courtroom stuff is just, so what happened in the previous film? Can you tell us? You're hearing stuff you've already seen. Granted, it's nice to hear that character's perspective of it. But a couple times it was really convenient. I was like, no, this is just really convenient stuff for exposition backstory dump. You don't know that. So there are those conveniences. Can't talk more about that without spoilers. Maybe I'll do a spoiler video. That's another point. I should be like, yeah, Joker spoiler video, it's coming. But I'm sitting here going, do I care to make another Joker video? Do I want to watch the movie again? Do I care to watch it again? Could have gone for more smarmy Dent. I mean, I almost wish the movie revolved around Harvey Dent. At least then it would have felt like a fresh perspective on the situation. Maybe Todd Phillips would have felt more inspired. As it stands, Arthur and Harley in this movie are, well, they're on the kind of path that happens to characters when the previous film makes over $1 billion and the studio says, hey, so you should make a sequel that you definitely didn't plan to make. In the end, it's like this. If you had concerns about Joker Folie at all, they're in here. Fear that you have itching in your brain, it's very justified. Because, well, this is a Todd Phillips sequel. Guess I'm just trying to say Joker Folie is to Joker as The Hangover 2 is to The Hangover. It may have been Joker paint, but it was about as exciting as watching paint dry. I'm not gonna remember this one in T-1 day. Yeah. Already forgot. Alright, so Joker Folie have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's a movie that remains so disappointing to you? Seems on topic, so whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.